if 6 months from now, your old self wouldn't even recognize you? Not because you changed your hair or lost some weight, but because you rewired your mind, recalibrated your energy, and completely redesigned the way you show up in life. This is not just self-help fluff. This is how powerful people think and how you can become one of them. Hi, if you're new here, I'm Kaylee. I'm a dentist and business owner. And I have spent years learning to upgrade not just my finances, but my mindset. And on this channel, I am sharing everything that I have learned over those years. Because until your mindset changes, nothing else truly will. In this video, I'll walk you through a complete 6 months roadmap that will transform your identity, discipline, beliefs, and emotional intelligence using science-backed tools, quotes from the world's top thought leaders, and real strategies that actually work. Let's get started with month number 1, identity breakup. You can't become unrecognizable without first unbecoming who you were trained to be. Dr. Joe Dispenza, in his book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, says, to change is to think greater than your environment, to think greater than the circumstances in your life, to think greater than the conditions in the world. This month is about breaking your autopilot. Start with a deep identity audit. Ask yourself these questions. What beliefs are running my life right now? Who taught me those beliefs? And do they serve my future? Psychologists call this identity foreclosure. When people accept an identity early on without exploration. If you have always been the nice girl, the people pleaser, or the perfectionist, it is time to question that. Use a tool called mental fasting. Unfollow energy draining accounts, take breaks from drama, eliminate unnecessary consumption. You need silence to meet your future self. Remember, you are not your personality. You are your patterns, and patterns can be changed. Month number 2, discipline rebuild. Now that you have broken the old identity, it's time to rebuild yourself through discipline. Discipline isn't punishment, it is self-trust in motion. James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits, say, every action you take is a vote for the type of person who you wish to become. So this month is about daily discipline, not perfection, but consistency. Start with your morning routine. You can try these habits. Wake up at the same time every day. No phone until you have done something for your mind. Or try a 10-minute walk, journaling, or having a quiet reflection. These are called keystone habits, habits that naturally trigger other positive behaviors. Exercise is one, journaling is another. Even making your bed is powerful because it signals order. According to a study by the American Psychological Association, people with consistent routines report lower stress and higher confidence. Also, set an evening shutdown ritual. Calm your nervous system before sleep. It could be a warm shower, 0 screen time, or just reflecting on 3 wins from your day. Because discipline isn't just what you do, it is how you recover. Month number 3, belief upgrade. At this point, your actions are shifting. Now we upgrade the beliefs behind them. Carol Dweck, in her TED Talk and book Mindset, says, the view you adopt for yourself profoundly affects the way you lead your life. This is where we stop reciting empty affirmations and start rewiring our self-concept through evidence-based repetition. Don't say, I am confident. Say, I build confidence every time I speak up in a meeting. This builds neural credibility. You'll also want to read 2 to 3 high-impact books this month. Try The Mountain Is You by Brianna Wiest, The War of Art by Steven Pressfield, or Ego is the Enemy by Ryan Holiday. Feed your subconscious like it's a garden. Every book, every idea, every positive thought, it is all fertilizer. Now, you also need to elevate your environment. Jim Rohn famously said, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If you can't find those 5 yet, consume them. YouTube, audiobooks, long-form interviews, borrow the mindset until it becomes your own. Month number 4, high income mindset. Now we are going from personal growth to personal power. This is where you stop thinking like a consumer and start thinking like a creator. People with a high income mindset aren't just smarter, they think differently. They ask, how can I leverage my time? Or how do I turn this failure into data? Or where is the opportunity hiding? Start noticing your financial language. Are you saying, I can't afford that? Change it to, how can I afford that? Are you stuck in a, I'm too busy? Replace it with, this isn't priority right now. These small rewrites train your brain to see possibility instead of limitation. Also, begin tracking your money, not obsessively, just with clarity. According to a study in the Journal of Economic Psychology, people who track their spending are 82% more likely to reach financial goals. Begin learning how value works. What do people pay for? What are you good at that others find valuable? This is where legacy begins. Because the 1% don't just make money, they make moves. Month number 5, emotional mastery. At this point, most people burn out, but not you, because now we upgrade your emotional operating system. Susan David, a Harvard psychologist and the author of Emotional Agility, says, discomfort is the price of admissions to a meaningful life. This month, we are not avoiding emotions, we are decoding them. Here's a cheat sheet. Anger is a boundary that was crossed. Anxiety means you are avoiding something. Envy translates to a desire you haven't claimed. Guilt is a value you might have compromised. Start journaling what you feel and why. When you understand your emotions, you stop being ruled by them. This is called emotional regulation, and it's one of the most valuable skills in leadership and business. A Yale study found that leaders with high emotional intelligence drove 20% higher team performance and lowered employee turnover. Also, learn to pause before reacting. The space between stimulus and response, that's where mastery lives. Month number 6, leadership and legacy. This final month is where you claim your transformation. This is where you stop being a student of life and become a leader in it. That doesn't mean you need a title. Leadership is all about owning your energy, your word, and your impact. This month, create something. For example, start a YouTube channel, launch that idea, write your first blog post, or mentor someone. Because when you teach what you have mastered, your transformation becomes permanent. Also, start practicing fearless integrity. Say what you mean, even though it's uncomfortable. Set boundary without apology, and make decision from your future self, not your fears. Ask yourself, what would the version of me I'm building do right now? And then do it. 6 months from now, you could be the exact same person, stuck in the same loop, surrounded by the same energy, or you could look in a mirror and barely recognize the person staring back at you. Not because you have changed on the outside, but because your identity, your discipline, your beliefs, your emotions, your essence has leveled up so high, your old self wouldn't even know your name. And that, right there, that's what true transformation is. If this roadmap spoke to you, subscribe for more content like this, because I create videos for people who are done settling and ready to take full ownership of their life. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.